Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Listen, I'm glad to have you guys here. Today is the 22nd. It's a Wednesday of January 2020. And, let's get started. Let's open up the charts right here. Now, first thing I want to show you guys is that this new virus that's originating in China, the stock market yesterday fell on the news of this virus. But, today, the stock market, well, anyway, we're going to get into the stock market. But you know what this shows me very clearly? That the stock market is controlled now by computers. Basically, the computers do the trading, not people. But those computers are set by somebody. And the computers trade then according to how they're set. They set them. There's either a group or a small group or there's people that set the algorithms into the computer. And this shows that that's what the case is. Because if the computer was doing it, the computer was used. Anyway, it says Dow futures hit record high on optimism that the coronavirus in China is contained. Well, the real news we know on the virus out there, it's not contained. In fact, it's been growing rather rapidly in the last few days, but this optimism is something that's been set into the computers, and that's really affecting trade. And what this really shows us is that there's probably a small group of people, or maybe just even one person, who's setting these computer algorithms, and then the computer algorithms are trading according to how they're set. This is what it's showing me anyway, and that's what I'm seeing from this, is that the computer algorithms are set, because here's what it says at Zero Hedge. Futures hit record high on optimism that the corona is contained. Well, we know that the corona is not contained. This isn't over yet. Zero Hedge here at a tweet that they've done, it says, it's coming. In other words, the virus is growing, But stocks surge on optimism that China epidemic is contained. So let's see what's happening in the markets. Let's take a look at silver price today. And silver price is rising, $17.85 today. It's up 11 cents on the day. It's starting to retrace the fall that it took when the price fell off, It's halfway back up again where it was, and it's moving quickly up toward that line. Let's take a look now at gold. See what gold's doing. Gold's at 1557, and it's starting to move back up again too, but it's not back up to where it was. It was up around 1565. So it's 1557 and climbing right now. It says it's down 70 cents, but I see the green arrow heading up right now, and it looks like it's retracing where it fell, Now let's take a look at cryptocurrencies and see what they're doing today. What we're seeing in the cryptocurrency space today is that the price is declining just a little bit. $239.4 billion with a Bitcoin dominance of 65.7%. And we're seeing 86.58 for a price on Bitcoin, with Ethereum at $167, XRP is 23.5 cents, Bitcoin Cash is $342.47, Bitcoin SV is $306.14, and Litecoin is $58.11 today. So our cryptocurrencies are actually holding up near 240. Dropped a little bit. They were like 241 yesterday evening. Now it's 239. So that's the market cap in billions. Now let's take a look at the Dow today. And what we're seeing here is the optimism that the coronavirus is gone. It's up 87 points today. And this shows the error in the computer algorithm trading. And that error is down to human error. Because I believe, now this is my personal opinion, is that these computer trading algorithms are being set each morning, probably, or sometime during the day. They're being set by the programmers who control this, and they're just going by what they see in world news. And obviously, the story that's affecting them today is the fact that China is going to try harder to contain this virus. And so evidently they're putting a lot of faith that the Chinese can stop it. I'm not so sure myself. Uh, I think the horse is out of the barn. But we'll see. We'll see what the Chinese can do. Let's take a look now at crude oil. Crude oil, $57.35. It's down $1.03. Now I'm going to tell you, if this flu virus really, it's not flu, it's a coronavirus. If this coronavirus really gets widespread, it's going to slow down the movement of people. Air traffic will slow right down to a crawl. Jet fuel will drop in price, and we're going to see people traveling less if this thing takes hold. And we're going to see oil prices drop off because there's an inventory build. At the same time, we've got an awful lot of less use of oil in the world. Everything will slow down. The whole world will slow down. This coronavirus could slow down everything, and in this slowdown, we could see a quite a substantial drop in the oil price. Let's take a look now at U.S. Treasuries and see what they're doing. The slowdown that this thing could cause in the whole world, this coronavirus, could put us into this recession that was coming anyway. I think if it continues to spread, I think it probably will put us into this recession. And this recession is not going to be a normal recession. This is going to be a bitterly cold recession. It's going to be where basically you've got the Fed on one side who's going to be trying to support this recession and keep it from happening, and then you get the recessionary forces on the other side pulling everything down. So you're going to have the Fed on one side doing everything they can to prop everything up. Well, we've seen this happen in Europe, where the central bank, Mario Draghi said whatever it takes. European economy was sliding off a cliff, and the central bank pumps all this money in. We're going to see the same effect happen again, where everything starts to drag down, and the central banks then come in and react to it by just basically money creation. This is why they want to go digital. Makes money creation so much easier for them. Get rid of bills altogether. Get rid of cash and go digital. And that way they can just increase the money supply exponentially. Oh my goodness, I'll tell you. Anyway, treasuries today. What we're looking at today was the 30-year at 2.22. Everything's almost unchanged. We're seeing very little movement in treasuries today. So the treasuries are hesitating. They were falling yesterday. Yields were falling on news of this virus. People were out there buying up treasuries like crazy as a safe haven investment. Today, they're waiting on news. They want to see what's happening. They see the stock market moving up, but treasuries are holding unchanged mostly, for the most part. Looking at 2.22 on the 30-year, and the U.S. 10-year, which all debt is based on, basically all debt in the world is all based on the U.S. 10-year. So, the U.S. 10-year is the one we really need to watch. 1.76 on the U.S. 10-year, which I consider extremely low yield, but it's the best yield you're going to get out there in a treasury, because it's based on the U.S. dollar, and it's also, they're not going to ever default on it. That's a pipe dream. People out there believe they're going to default on the U.S. is going to default. No, they're just going to print. They're not going to default on anything. They're not going to default on any of their unfunded liabilities that the United States has. It has $100 trillion in unfunded liabilities. They're not going to default on any of this stuff. They're just going to print. That's all they're going to do. Print, and more printing. When I say print, now that they're moving digital, they don't even need a print. All they need to do is push a button on a computer. They've just created more money. I was listening to a show last night, very interesting, and it talked about how the banks are actually like just doing swaps to create more money. It was talking about, I forget which bank it is. Anyway, it was Qatar. They they basically lent Qatar money, and then Qatar just basically uh, use that money to buy bank shares or whatever, and they just basically create money from nothing. They're able to do swaps back and forth and stuff, and with their power of loaning money, from creating money from nothing, see the banks, in order for them to create money, they need to have the way the rules work. They need to have a borrower, somebody to borrow that money to create the money into existence. Well, if the borrower and the lender are both working in conjunction, in other words, they're working together like a team to create money, then the bank can just say they're working the two as a team. The bank can just say, okay, here's the money that they just borrowed into existence, and then they can give the money right back to the bank again. It's like the two are working hand in hand as a team to cheat the system. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that's going on within the financial system and the money creation aspect, that they have, which is total. I mean, if we were to do it, we would be facing big time prosecution. We would be doing what do they call it, perp walks, if we did stuff like that they're doing, and they're legally getting away with it. It's actually criminal what they're getting away with. Let's take a look now at the U.S. dollar index. We see the dollar at 97.51 today, and the dollar has fell off a little bit. I think it was like yesterday. It was up here like 97.7 or something, 97.66, 97.66 at its peak. Now it's 97.51. So it's not a big movement downwards in the dollar today. Listen, thank you guys for listening to this show. Like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.